Now, related to KPI, there's another concept called OKRs, which is objective and key results. And the whole point of OKRs is to link the KPIs directly to the objectives of your organization. And of course, you can read up on that. And for the persons who are already using it, you know how it works. Now, Techlify HR has the ability to support OKRs, and this is not turned on by default. It's one of those features that you need to turn on. So if we go to administration features, you will see an option for OKRs right here, objectives and key results, and we can go ahead and turn that on. Now, once we've turned that feature on and we go back to our performance module, we will see an OKR option show up in our navbar under performance. Now, the process for OKRs are very similar to KPIs. So if we go to add an OKR, we'll see that we have a title. You can specify when it started, when it is due, who's responsible, and you can even link KPIs to OKR. So let's go ahead and add our first OKR. And our first OKR is basically that we want to serve our customers so well that they want to do business with us for all of their future projects. And of course, this OKR started Jan 1st, and the goal for our measure, of course, is December 31st. And then you see that we can actually link KPIs to our OKR. So which KPIs that we've added are related to serving our customers. And in this case, we can say KPI 1 and KPI 3 are serving our customers. Similar to KPIs, you can link an OKR to a branch or department. In this case, we'll say that this is linked to operations because the operations team is mainly dealing with serving our customers. And we'll say that Mana is responsible for this OKR. So I'll go ahead and add it. And then I'll go ahead and add our second organization for OKR for the year. And this is to continue growing our organization. Similar to the first, it starts in January, ends in December since we're using the standard year. Once again, Mana is responsible because she is our deputy CEO. And let's link the KPIs that deal with growing our organization. So definitely hitting our 2025 sales goals and completing our internal project management software will really help us to grow our organization. So I'm going to select that. And once again, the operations department is responsible for this OKR. So I'll go ahead and hit save. And that there's in a nutshell is how you add OKRs. Now you'll notice that similar to KPIs, you have the title. We see the link to the specific departments and branches responsible. Again, once Mana is responsible, Mana will be able to see these OKRs directly on her mobile app. The other thing that we can see here is that the KPIs that are directly linked to this OKR, we're able to see a summary of these KPIs directly on the list page. And if we view the OKR, right? Yeah, there we go. We have a summary of the OKR, the details of the OKR, and we're also able to see what are the KPIs linked to this OKR and the status of them. And you have the same functionality where you're able to update the status, the progress, everything of KPIs directly from the OKR page. Now, let's go back to our KPI view. A few changes happen once we've enabled the OKR functionality. Firstly is that we now have an OKR column within this KPI. So if you remember, we had linked KPI 3 to 2 OKRs, and of course you can link one KPI to as many OKRs as you need. It's a many-to-many relationship. You'll see both. These are clickable, so careful not to click on them. But you'll see both OKRs that are linked to this KPI show up here, and KPI 2 and 1, you'll see the OKRs that are linked to them show up here. The other thing is that on the KPI form, there's now a field rather, for you to choose an OKR, so you can create the link this way. So you'll see there's a very dynamic connection between KPIs and OKRs within our system so that you're better able to manage and understand these and link these together. Similar to how we have KPIs show up on our OKRs, you also have the list of OKRs now show up on your KPI view page. So it's a very integrated workflow once you enable the OKR feature.